Can juice be used to treat seasonal illnesses like a common cold or flu? Well, there's different opinions about that out there, but one thing that is known is that a lot of fruits and vegetables are nutritional powerhouses that can be used to strengthen and boost your immune system. Hi, it's Dan with EUJUICERS.COM, and in this video, I'm going to show a recipe and make some juice here that can be used as an immune booster. This can just strengthen your system and help give your body the best chance it has in fighting off things like the common cold and flu. Now, this is called therapeutic juicing, and there's some tips specifically for that that can make therapeutic juicing more effective. 4 tips. Now, the first tip is the timing. You want to drink your juice on an empty stomach. That means if you drink your juice, you want to wait at least 30 minutes before you eat something. And if you've eaten something, you want to wait at least 2 hours before you drink the juice, because you don't want a bunch of fiber and other things in your digestive system that can impede the absorption. It's just more effective to have that straight dose of juice in your system. The second tip is to use the highest quality produce you can. Now, that's true for any juicing, but especially for therapeutic juicing. Remember, the result of your juice is only as good as what you put into the juicer. Fresh is always better, and for therapeutic juicing, organic is even better if you can find that, or homegrown is the best, of course. And also make sure to wash your produce really well before juicing. The third tip is to consume the juice as soon as possible after you make it. Juice will slowly lose its nutritional value over time. Oxidation occurs, and just, through storage, improper storage. What you want to do, drink it right away if you can, or put it in the fridge in a glass container. You can extend the life if you have a vacuum container to suck most of that oxygen and air out. Generally, we recommend 48 hours of storage for most juice, but for therapeutic, you really should drink it that day if at all possible. And the fourth tip for effective therapeutic juicing is to use a slow juicer, a cold press juicer. That means avoid, if possible, a high-speed centrifugal juicer. Those common ones that spin real fast, 10,000 RPM, because those use kind of a violent method. They can heat up the juice, they can cause oxidation, you can lose a lot of the nutritional value. However, if that's all you have, a centrifugal juicer, one tip you can keep in mind is to put in lemon or lime. The ascorbic acid will kind of retard that oxidation, keep things fresher. But better is always to use a slower cold press juicer. I mean something that runs under 150 RPM, something like this, Sauna 727 Supreme. This is a horizontal juicer. There's vertical juicers, twin gear juicers. All of those use a much gentler method for making the juice. Now, in any recipe, you want to have a combination of base ingredient or base ingredients and additional sort of booster ingredients. The base ingredients are going to provide the bulk of the liquid content. And then the other ingredients are things you might not want to eat on your own, but you can put in juice and they can really help things out. In this case here, I've got 2 base ingredients. I have carrots and I have apples. These will provide most of the volume to the juice. Then I have 4 kind of booster ingredients. Let me just go through them all real quickly. Carrots, all of these have multiple nutritional benefits, but the main ones, carrots have beta carotene. That is turned into vitamin A in your body. That kind of restricts free radicals and kind of acts as a sort of antioxidant there. Apples also contain a whole wide range of phytonutrients that have antioxidant properties. Spinach is considered a superfood. That means it's really densely packed per gram with a lot of nutrition. And there's things in spinach you don't typically find in other produce, things like folate, iron for sure. So spinach is definitely something you want to consider. And it's maybe the best green to process in terms of taste because it's got a real mild taste. Kale is also another real good one, but kale does have a real distinctive taste. And then I have 3 other ingredients here. And 2 of these are considered superfoods as well. I have ginger. This contains something called gingerol, which is, again, another powerful antioxidant and also an anti-inflammatory. It's also real soothing for the digestive system, can help you process things better. Really good to have in juice because it helps you absorb things better. I also have turmeric, which contains curcumin, That's a really dense, powerful compound that is used as an antimicrobial, antifungal properties, and some tests even show it has antiviral properties, which is really, really uncommon in the juicing world. And finally, I have a lemon, and lemon has a couple of benefits. First of all, like I said before, it has that ascorbic acid. That's going to keep the juice fresher longer. It will retard oxidation, especially with something like apples that tend to turn brown pretty quickly. Also is loaded with vitamin C, which is again traditionally used to help against common colds. And with the lemon, you can choose, if it's organic like this, not to peel it if you want. If you do that, just make sure to cut it into smaller pieces so it's gentle on your juicer. So I'll go ahead and prep these ingredients and start juicing. So let me go through the quantities of the ingredients here. I have 500 grams, so about a pound of carrots. I have 3 smallish apples. If you have big apples, use just 2. I have 200 grams of spinach. Then I have 1 lemon, which I peeled, and then 1 piece each of the turmeric and the ginger. Both of those a little go a long way. And the order in which you juice is actually kind of important here. I'm going to start with the spinach, and then I'm going to go with the carrots and those 2 root vegetables. And always keep a carrot for the end, because a carrot will clean the juicing screen a bit. So if you save a carrot for the very end, it'll kind of push out anything that was stuck in there. And I will do the apples after the carrots with the lemon, because those mixed together will keep apples from oxidizing. You notice apple juice turns brown real fast. By putting in the lemon as I'm towards the end of the apples, that should help things a bit. So I've got a sauna 727. This has a variable speed, and I'll probably be running at speed 2. That's 60 RPM. That should be fine. The slower tends to produce slightly better yield. If you're in a hurry, you can run at speed 3 or 4 as well. And so let's get started. One nice thing about this juicer in particular is this bowl, because spinach is kind of a hassle to juice. You know, you don't get much juice out of spinach, and if you have a small feeding tube, it's hard to get it in there. But with something like this, you can shove a handful here and then push it down with the pusher. All right, let's get started. So probably I could have used 2 apples. I forget the Sauna 727 is pretty efficient. It gets a high yield and made a little more than I expect. This Sauna crystal glass that comes with it officially has a 500 milliliter capacity, but we've measured it's more like 620. It's like 500 usable. So I got a lot of juice here, and I still have about an apple's worth and a couple of carrots. So I definitely could have even made more. So you may want to adjust the recipe, or if you use a bigger container, it's all fine. And the 727 glass also comes with a little, like a screen that can keep out any extra pulp or foam. I didn't use it in this case. Sometimes I like having just a bit of head on the top of the juice, but you could do that to remove this as well. And so this is the anti-immune juice. It's going to be spicy. But that lemon should balance out that spice taste quite a bit. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's definitely got a kick. That was a big piece of turmeric and ginger. That's the main flavor there. Apple kind of mellows it. Carrot kind of mellows it. But definitely spicy, but actually really good. It kind of just woke me up there. So that's, like I said, just one of many immune boosting recipes you can do, but this one's an easy one. It's pretty easy to find all these ingredients. Turmeric might be a little tricky, but if you can't find it, just use a little bit more ginger. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or comments or any ideas of videos you'd like to see, please leave them below. We always read those. We always appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dan with EU Juicers, and I'm going to enjoy my juice and see you next time.